Hello and welcome to the 6th tutorial of the eKe translation management software. This tutorial is about the invoicing possibilities of the program. Let's log in as the manager. Click on the user guide project under the Your Project sign. The status of the project is finished, no invoice yet, so the program is waiting for the manager to create the invoice. To do this, click the Create Invoice button among the statuses. The program confirms the creation of the invoice at the top of the screen. Let's see the changes in the project screen. Click the Projects button. The project status is finished, not paid yet, which indicates that there is an invoice for it. There are two other ways to create invoices as well. The first is creating an invoice for each project. You can do it by highlighting a project and selecting the Create Invoices from the action bar. The second is creating a single invoice for all the projects of a customer. If you highlight more than one project from the same customer and choose the Create Invoices group by customer action, the customer's projects will have one common invoice. Let's see the invoice. Click Home button and then Invoices in the Revenues field. You can see the ID number of the invoice, the customer with the billing address, the payment due date, the invoice level note, the net total, the total price, and the currency. Let's see the details by clicking the customer's name. You can set the details of the invoice, like the payment method, add a comment, and the payment due date. There are the fulfillment dates, the creation of the invoice and of the payment, which will be automatically filled when the manager says the status of the project finished and paid. There are the revenues as well, but they cannot be edited at this point. If you wanted to add a line or modify the existing ones, the program rejects you, but you can modify the lines through the project screen. Let's see how you can print an invoice. Click the Invoices button at the top of the screen. Select the invoice and choose the Export Selected Invoices action and click Go. The program will automatically create 3 invoices in PDF format and a window pops up to show them to you. Let's see the first one. You can see in the top right corner that this is the original invoice, the first one of 3 copies, and you can see the number of the invoice. All the necessary information is displayed on the invoice to be legally valid. Let's see a copy of the original. Click the third PDF file. You can read copy where there was original in the previous invoice, and you see that this is the third of 3 invoices. All the other details are the same. After this point, there cannot be any changes in the invoice anymore, not even from the project screen. If you try to modify it, the program will reject you. After the creation of an invoice, the only possibility to correct a mistake is by creating a storno invoice. Click the Invoices button. Highlight the invoice and select the Create Storno Invoice action and click Go. New invoice's ID is higher than the previous invoice's ID by 1 and it is red with an S storno sign. Let's print it as well. Highlight the storno invoice and select the Export Selected Invoices action, then click Go. There is an original and 2 copy storno invoices. Let's have a look at them. The title is storno invoice, the invoice ID was raised by 1 and every price is listed in negative. Let's see the changes caused by the storno invoice. Click Home and then Projects. You can see that the status of the project is finished, no invoice yet, so the storno invoice neutralized the original one, and now you can modify the details of the invoice in the project screen again. After the modifications, choose the Create Invoice action again. To proceed to the last stage of the project, you have to print the invoice. You can do it from the program as well by selecting the Print Invoices action. From now, if you highlight the project, you can select the Set as Finished and Paid action. You can see that the status of the project has changed, and if you click Home, Invoices, and invoice number 3, you can see that the payment date field was filled in today. This is the end of the eKe Translation Management Software tutorial series. Thank you for your attention.